Okay, so before we go in here, I want to talk about something for a moment. So, as I said before, they sort of had to try and make this with two different kind of ways, but it's clearly focused on one more so than the other. I guess they must have probably assumed that a lot of players would end up not taking the ritual with Morgan, and that you would have died at the end of the game. So they figured the majority of players, when they play this, they'll have to play this Orlesian Warden, because it's not like they're going to take the ritual and actually survive at the end or anything. Because it's definitely evident through Oghren. The way he talks to us here, because spoilers, Ogren's on the other side of this door, he's going to meet us here. But I want you to pay attention to how he kind of interacts with us. How he acts in general is a different thing. But he treats us as if we're just like, oh, hey, it's the Warden Commander, which is something that we're constantly referred to as, not as the Warden or as the Hero of Ferelden. They do occasionally refer to us as that, but the majority of the time, instead of referring to us as the Hero of Ferelden, we're instead referred to as the Warden Commander. Because the game thinks that you were supposed to be this brand new Orlesian Warden that showed up to take over, as opposed to the Hero of Ferelden surviving and going here. Because even if we have options to say like, oh hey Oghren, you're here, he still doesn't necessarily treat us as if we're his friend. You know, his actual, that he spent a lot of time with in Origins, and he just treats us as if we're this brand new Warden Commander. There's such a disconnect between your character and the characters you should be familiar with. It's so painful at times, where it just feels like they clearly thought you were going to be the Orlesian Warden instead. And this also can happen if Alistair shows up later, and he's just like, oh hey, how you doing? Now, it's a little different if you are the well, actually, I'll save that for after we get to that scene. But for now, just really pay attention to how Oghren acts and talks, because it also looks like they decided to have his character kind of go backwards. It's very strange. Hey, Oghren.
No end to these blasted things. Right, all right. You get no mercy from me.
Aha! There you are! When these Darkspawn showed up, I thought, just you wait until the new commander gets here and you'll all be spitting teeth out of your arses. Followed the screaming, and sure enough, here you are. Good on ya!
See, the fact that you picked up on that, right? They said, wait until the new commander. Now, if this was Oghren from Origins, he probably would have said, just wait until my buddy, the Hero of Ferelden, gets here. Which, by the way, I should remind you, we're not just the Hero of Ferelden, and we're not just the Warden Commander. We are the King of Ferelden. Our human male Kuzland here married Anora, and he is the... Even Anora gets confused. We're the Prince Consort, King Consort, and King. Or. But I'm just going to say it. We're the King of Ferelden, which should be a big deal. I just want to point that out as we go through this expansion, because really they should be acknowledging our character as Your Majesty, as the king, like they would have if Kaelin had showed up. But I don't think they ever once do. I don't really think this expansion really acknowledges if you are a male Kuzland who married Anora and became the king consort of Ferelden. Nope. Let's really look for it. Let's really pay attention and look for it.
Doubting your eyes, huh? I get like that after the 5th bottle or so. Came here thinking I might try my hand at becoming a bona fide Grey Warden.
He was here when I left. I can't believe the Wardens didn't kick him out.
Well, hey, if it isn't the recruit with a great rack.
Yes, a prize for the Wardens, to be sure.
I know. Too good to be true, right? Hey, who's the mage? Boyfriend? Should I leave you two alone?
Wow, a dwarf that smells like a brewery. You never see that anywhere.
A mage comedian. Thought those normally died young.
See, you see what I mean? The way he talked to them, the jokes that he was making there, that's like something the old Ogren would have done. But the Ogren that had kind of grown and developed and kind of matured and was like, I'm going to try and, be with Felsi and treat her right. I learned from my time with Bronca and, he said all that stuff. And it just seems like he went backwards and went back to that. Just... Ogren just doesn't feel right in this expansion. And it's just such a shame, because he's like the only one that we really get to see here from our time in Origins. Otherwise, we get to meet a whole bunch of brand new characters. But, I don't like how they handled this. But at the same time, it's hard to blame them considering the circumstances that the team was under. And, well, it's almost nothing compared to what they went through in Dragon Age 2, but we'll talk about that when we get there. It's good to see you again.
I find that hard to believe.
As do I.
Now, let's go introduce some Darkspawn arses to my foot. Only polite thing to do.
I'll get on it.
Seems like his stats got all reset. Because I'm pretty sure I had better stats on him than that. Reset all of his towns, too. There we go. That should be okay. Shame I'm not a rogue.
Myri?
Roland! Commander, Roland was a knight recruited from Denerim like me. We must do something for him.
He looks beyond healing magic. Maybe a shot of whiskey for the pain?
I like the way you think.
Stop joking! This isn't funny.
The commander?
Again, you see, is that really the first thing you expect him to say when he sees me, instead of the hero of Ferelden or your Majesty? It just feels like they should be acknowledging more so who my character actually is and what he actually was able to accomplish. But no, we're the Warden Commander because we're an Orlesian Warden. Or at least they think we are. I'm sorry I didn't come sooner.
We only had a moment's warning. Before they were on us, Commander. The Seneschal ordered a counterattack, but they came out of nowhere. There's one with them. A Darkspawn who talks. His magic is powerful.
A talking Darkspawn? The lad must be delirious.
There's something in my blood. It hurts.
Where is it?
It went that way after the Seneschal.
I will avenge you, Roland. I swear it.
So he's got a axe that's called the Darkspawn Ravager, and then he's got the Legion of the Dead set, which I gave him. Believe it or not, I believe he has that regardless. He's got the, one for the ditch. It's got explosive hits. I'm not really sure what that means. But, Vengeance, of course, is definitely better. So sure, we'll give him Vengeance.
Now it's better than later.
Now, I will say, normally, in a normal run, I would be looting everything in sight because, well, let's just say you're gonna need the gold in this expansion. Stuff gets very expensive in Awakening, like much more so than in Origins. Like, especially if you're gonna be going for all the upgrades for the keep and such. And some of the quest lines and such also require quite a bit of money as well. But that's why I wanted to make sure that I got the magical goose so that sovereigns won't be an issue. So in this playthrough of this expansion, we can literally say, money's not an issue. Okay.
It has ended, just as he foretold. Be taking this one gently. We are wishing no more death than is necessary.
Necessary? As if your kind has ever done anything else.
You are thinking you know of our kind, human? It is understandable, but that will soon be changed.
Others will come, creature. They will stop you.
There it is.
It seems your words be true. More than you are guessing.
It is talking.
Well, let's shut it up already.
Commander.
Capture the Grey Warden. These others, they may be killed.
Darkspawn. Kill them all.
It's a good day to die! All right. Can I get you a ladder so you can get off my...
You like that?
Commander, I owe you my life. Soldiers on the road. It seems we have more company. Hopefully they're more hospitable than our previous guests.
Not really sure I should be kneeling as a king, but whatever.
We arrived too late to be of assistance. My apologies.
Hello, dear wife.
I had intended to provide the Wardens a formal welcome. This is unexpected, to say the least. What is the situation?
What Darkspawn remained have fled, Your Majesty. The Grey Wardens who had arrived from Orlais appear to be either dead or missing.
Missing? As in taken by the Darkspawn? Do these creatures take prisoners?
I do not know, Your Majesty. I know only that we cannot account for all the Wardens.
Unfortunate. I trust you are well, husband. No permanent damage.
Alright, so a couple things I want to talk about. So first off, that is Veril. He is not a Warden. That's important for what's coming up. He is voiced by Robin Sachs, the one I constantly refer to when I'm talking about who Robin Sachs has voiced. I actually forgot that he voices Harrowmont. I somehow forgot that when we were going through Orzammar. Silly me. But yes, that is Robin Sachs voicing him. May he rest in peace. This is the role other than Zaid I usually remember when it comes to his voice, because his voice is just so memorable doing this character. Obviously, this can be either Alistair or Enora. And again, as I said, yes, I may be her husband, but I'm still like, a position of royalty at this point now. Whether I'm the prince consort, king, doesn't matter. I really shouldn't be. I may be doing it out of respect or such, but I really shouldn't be kneeling in front of anybody or to anybody in front of anybody. Unless this is just one of those situations where, if the person of royalty kneels, oh, well, then everybody else needs to kneel, but not everyone else did. But again, it's just that whole, if you're the other characters, if you're the other heroes of Ferelden, the other origins, like if you're a dwarf commoner, an elf, any of those, yeah, sure, it makes sense, especially if you're seeing either Enora or your friend Alistair, and your friend Alistair shows up, but he's now the king, so you kneel to show your respect to him and acknowledge his new position of authority as king. That makes total sense. This is a situation where it doesn't really make that much sense to me, but I digress. And I did look into a couple of mods. There was one that kind of tried to change, or looked like it could have changed her appearance here. Just like a different outfit that would have made more sense here than opposed to the exact same outfit that she was wearing before, but whatever. Involved a couple of other mods, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to bother. I prefer just like, oh, this one mod works on its own. Bam. There you go. Now it works. That's just more for me. Having to get a couple of other mods to get one other mod to work at times is just can be more of a hassle than I probably want it to be. But that's just me. And so, yeah, she does at least acknowledge us by saying, the connection here by calling us husband. And, she doesn't exactly sound too broken up or anything. Again, the epilogue tried to imply that this wasn't exactly the happiest of marriages between the Warden and Enora. So she doesn't exactly sound like too broken up or concerned, as if she has, like, how much she actually cares about our Warden character is probably debatable. Probably not that much. I don't know if Enora would be one to fall head over heels for us and sound like, I would imagine, now let me talk about this on the other side. In terms of if this was Alistair, and if our character was the female Kuzland, and you chose to marry Alistair, he would say, dear wife, and the thing is, he doesn't exactly get all emotional either. It's almost the exact same interaction, other than he gives her a kiss on the cheek. On the cheek. Which I remember somebody I know was playing this as a female Kuzland who had married Alistair, and she was like, oh, that's so sweet. On the cheek! Like, that was her reaction. Like, she was just like, seriously? That's your wife? And you just kiss her on the cheek like that after this, like, dangerous, horrible encounter that, she could have gotten seriously injured or died, but no. Let's hold everything back, tone everything down, because remember, this is not the hero of Ferelden. It's all over this expansion. It really shows that they kind of tacked on the whole, okay, you're playing your character from Origin kind of as a last-minute thing. I don't necessarily have any facts or evidence to back that up. It's just how it feels, That's just how it comes across here. No, but here's to hoping, right?
Don't be foolish. You think I wish to waste my time finding yet another husband? You have quite the task ahead of you. I will offer what aid I can. but it seems you will be largely on your own.
Hey, what am I? Chopped nug livers?
From the smell, that's not a bad guess.
I came here to join the Grey Wardens, and from the looks of it, you could use the extra hands. Now where's the giant cup? I'll gargle and spit.
Now, if I pick this option, he actually has kind of a dirty joke, because that's Ogren in this expansion. So, I'll just say you would be welcome amongst us.
Ha! Well, smack my ass and call me Sally. I'm in!
I suppose all are welcome in this dire time.
Joining the Wardens, eh? Well, good luck with that.
Queen Lenora, your majesty, beware. This man is a dangerous criminal.
I beg your pardon?
She means me.
This is an apostate who we are in the process of bringing back to the Circle to face justice.
Oh, please. The things you people know about justice would fit into a thimble. I'll just escape again, anyhow.
Never. I will see you hanged for what you've done here, murderer.
Murderer? But those Templars were... Oh, what's the use? You won't believe me anyhow.
It seems there isn't much to say. Unless you have something to add, Commander?
Again, the fact that she refers to us as Commander is, again, very awkward. Why are you referring to me as Commander? Seriously. Like, the times where they just call you Commander is just so awkward. Because it feels like that's not how they should be addressing you. I know it feels like I keep beating this point home, but I'm really trying to drive this point. So... By the way, I prefer the Alistair response to when the Warden is like, "Oh, this man is a dangerous fugitive," and Alistair thinks she's talking about Ogren. He goes, "Oh, the dwarf can be a bit of an arse, but he's all right," and then that's when Anders chimes in. So it just shows that at least there's some acknowledgement there. But anyways, yes, I hereby conscript this mage into the Grey Wardens.
What? Never!
I believe the Grey Wardens still retain a right of conscription, no? I will allow it.
If your majesty feels it is best.
Ha! Way to go, kid! Welcome aboard.
Me? A Grey Warden? I guess that will work.
Congratulations, Sir Mage. I look forward to fighting at your side.
Yeah,
And
about
if you
that.
have everything under control, I will need to take my leave.
I believe the estate has been secured, yes. We have suffered great losses, but the Darkspawn are gone, and there are survivors. Oh, excuse my manners. I am Veril, Seneschal of Vigil's Keep, and I am most grateful for your timely rescue, Commander. I will aid you in ruling the lands of Amaranthine.
You said there are survivors.
Some of the soldiers and Vigil staff survived, but none of the Orlesian Wardens made it. Come and speak to me soon. There are many matters to attend to, not the least of which is the joining. You will need to replenish your numbers.
It troubles me to ask you to leave the court in order to deal with this. If I had any other choice...
At least here she sounds concerned, you know, as if she's concerned about our well-being, having to stay here, as opposed to being back in Denerim with her. Don't worry about it, Honora. I'll be fine.
And this is why you are a Prince of Ferelden. It will be up to you to deal with the vestiges of the Blight before the situation grows out of control. No easy task, but I am confident you are up to it. Now I shall leave you be. Good luck, my husband.
Prince
Before we
King,
do
again,
anything
she
else,
keeps going back
Commander,
and forth.
There's an urgent matter we must take care of. Right now, I know of only one living warden assigned to all of Ferelden. That
Me.
can be rectified. The others could aid you considerably.
Now, I brought up the fact that Veril here he's the seneschal of this place, but he's actually not a warden. I bring that up because you guys remember how much they kept playing up how much of a secret the joining was, about the details of the joining being all secret, that only, like, the highest ranking and senior of Wardens would actually know what went into the joining. That's why Alistair and myself were not able to actually do the joining ourselves, because we didn't know what needed to be done. It's not just drink Darkspawn blood. There's other things going on, to be able to make it happen. Enchantments and such. Enchantment. But, you know, only, like, senior wardens have the knowledge of, like, okay, we gotta do this with the blood and such. Alright, now it's ready for the joining. It was played up that it was such a big secret. And yet here, this guy, who's not a warden, apparently knows exactly what to do to make the joining happen. It just seems odd. You know, like a plot hole, but... whatever. Make her help them.
Make her help us all. The time has come for us to begin the joining. I shall speak the words that have been said since the first. Join us, brothers and sisters. Join us in the shadows where we stand, vigilant. Join us as we carry the duty that cannot be forsworn. And should you perish, know that your sacrifice will not be forgotten, and that one day we shall join you. From this moment forth, Ogren, you are a Grey Warden.
What's this, the sampler size? Are you trying to say something about my height? Huh?
This is the goblet we've always used.
Really? Not bad.
Make her help us all. From this moment forth, Anders, you are a Grey Warden.
So we need to drink Darkspawn blood? That's it?
That is it, yes.
Well, all right.
There's more to it than that.
Now on a ship bound for Ravane in nothing but my small clothes and a tattoo on my forehead, I'm blaming you.
He lives, Commander, and will awaken in time. From this moment forth, Myri, you are a Grey Warden.
I have awaited this moment.
I'm sorry, Myri.
I am sorry, Myri. May the Maker watch over you now.
Would have preferred to have you instead of another character we meet later.
Open the doors!
The commander must be informed about the Deep Road's entrance. It could be their base of operation.
You'd have the Wardens chase a rumor then, Captain. And even if it proves true, unless the Pilgrim's path is cleared by the time your army assembles, they'll have nothing to eat but shoe leather.
Garavel, Woolsey, the commander has had a long day. Woolsey says some merchants escaped the Darkspawn. They can reprovision you for a reasonable fee. And the vigil is yours. Take whatever weapons and armor you need. We'll be waiting when you're ready.
Welcome to Vigil's Keep, our base of operations that we will be able to actually upgrade as we progress through this. And I gotta say, I love this feature. This is one of my favorite features about this expansion. I love the whole, I get a base, and then I get to upgrade it or customize it to my liking. To try and just make it stronger, like a mighty fortress, you know. Just, it was one of my favorite things that they did in Inquisition, and it was basically felt as if they took inspiration from this and brought it into Inquisition, because it was a very beloved feature by the fans. Many fans have talked about how much they love the Vigil's Keep, along with the part where we get to actually be a ruler, which I should remind you once more, we are the, again, even Honora goes back and forth on this, we are either the prince or the king of all of Ferelden. So, us being the Arling of Amaranthine and the Warden Commander doesn't really matter compared to us being the actual, say, King of Ferelden, but it's not like it's gonna acknowledge it because, hey, we're an Elysian Warden who came down here, right? Volcanic. That's another thing. They added extra tiers. Extra tiers of weapons. Just love the whole, hey, we're gonna add upgraded versions of tiers of weapons and gear and such.
Mistress Wolsey says I can set up shop here. The merchant you saved was grateful to be alive. Restocked me for a bargain. The savings are yours, of course. You need anything, Commander?
Got a bunch of recipes. Just go ahead and grab those. 99, basically limited of those pieces there. Storm Chaser Mail is part of that. Oh, Heraldry Kuzland can be applied to a shield. Yeah! Alright. Hold on. Let's do this because we can.
You need anything, Commander?
Yes, I need you to buy these golden eggs. There we go, an extra 200 sovereigns. And we're gonna need it.
Need something pummeled? Just say the word.
So yeah, they did this thing where now you have to interact with things around them to continue conversations instead of just talking to them. It's weird.
Who's there? I was just keeping my nose to the dust. You know, watching out for the Schliets. One of the lads here told me about the Schliets. Said they're common in Ferelden. They lie on the ground, looking like ordinary pairs of pants. Until you turn around. That's when they strike.
Pants?
Pants that eat your eyeballs. After they're done with you, they just wander off on their unnatural pant legs.
Oh, you weren't told the best part.
Best part?
They're not real.
Sod. Come on, I've been on the surface less than 2 years. I don't know what's up here. That Jacob's gonna get it when I get my hands on him.
Alright, so obviously there's more stuff to interact with, and this is our enchanter here.
Now is better than later.
And yes, we do have a another storage chest here, just like before. Huh. So, we step outside. We're gonna do this real quick because I want a full party.
Blimey, Commander of the Grey. Right. A while back they caught a thief in the vigil. Took 4 wardens to capture him. Gave one of the wardens a black eye, he did. Half joking, they said he might make a good recruit.
Where's the thief now?
He's in the dungeon, sir. I also have some letters. Arrived just before you did. Just give me a moment.
A daughter ransomed. Alright, let's go check on this prisoner.
All right. Ah, Commander. Good thing you're here. This one's been locked up 3 nights now. Good men died while this one was protected in his cell.
Who is he?
He won't give his name. All I know is he was caught poking around the estate in the middle of the night. I'd say he was just a thief. But it took 4 Grey Wardens to capture him. You best be careful. Whoever he is, he's no ordinary burglar, that's for sure.
Let me talk to him.
As you wish, Commander. I'll tell the Seneschal you came. He'll want to know what you decide to do with this man.
Hello, Nathaniel.
If it isn't the great hero, conqueror of the Blight and vanquisher of all evil. Aren't you supposed to be 10 feet tall with lightning bolts shooting out of your eyes?
I see my reputation precedes me.
It does. I know you best as the one who murdered my father. I am Nathaniel Howe. My family owned these lands until you showed up. Do you even remember my father?
What's funny is that this still happens regardless, but of what origin you are. But obviously, it matters much more if you're a Kuzland, because then you get to say, Arl Howe killed my family. He deserved everything he got.
Your family was going to sell us out to the Orlesians.
And I suppose your father told you that?
How could he? A Grey Warden stole into his estate and slaughtered him before I could even talk to him. I came here. I thought I was going to try to kill you, to lay a trap for you. But then I realized I just wanted to reclaim some of my family's things. It's all I have left.
So, when I first did this, my instinct was to give this guy a break and see how he was more so, rather than just kill him, because I'm not one of those who believes in the whole sins of the father thing. To me, that is incredibly unfair, that just because they share the same last name, that you would expect them to be the exact same person. Just because he has the last name Howe doesn't mean I expect him to be just as horrible and despicable and disgusting of a human being as Rendon Howe was. For all we know, Nathaniel is a far better man than his father ever was. And spoilers, he is. I like Nathaniel. Nathaniel is actually pretty cool. We also get a cameo from him in Dragon Age 2. But Nathaniel is not his father's son. And that was just my first instinctive thing to find out if he, that he wasn't his father's son. Because, like I said, I'm one of those who does not believe in the whole sins of the father thing. I don't think that the offspring should have to pay for what the father did, especially if they decide not to be the same kind of person. Apparently that's hard for some people to grasp or understand. Just how much do you know about your father?
If you're asking whether I knew what he was up to, the answer is no. I was squired in the Free Marches. Look, I don't know what happened with the Kuzlands. It sounds like it was horrible. The entire war was. Whatever my father did, however, shouldn't harm my whole family. The Howes are pariahs now. Those of us left. It's all thanks to you. And now you get to decide my fate. Ha! Ironic, isn't it?
Do you really hate me so much?
The Darkspawn are a menace. If it weren't for the Blight, maybe my father would never have done what he did. But I can't do anything about them, can I? There's just you and the Grey Wardens here in my home.
So yeah, he's got that kind of interesting perspective that he thinks it has to do with the war and the Darkspawn. He wasn't there when Howe said to our face that he thought that our family had squandered things that he thinks should have gone to him, and that there was a lot of jealousy and resentment on Rendon Howe's part. It's not until we get to meet his sister later that she is the one who tells him, no, that's not the case at all with what happened with our father. And he even tries to be like, oh, but I thought he was just caught up in a war and all that. And she's like, no, he was that bad. And he's like the only one who apparently had this this view of Rendon Howe, that he was not as bad of a person that he actually was. I understand we had trouble capturing you.
I'm not without skills. My time abroad wasn't spent chasing skirts and drinking wine.
What skills are those exactly?
Hunting, scouting, poisons. Why? What do you care?
What will you do if I let you go?
If you let me go... I don't know. I only came back to Ferelden a month ago. If you let me go, I'll probably come back here. You might not catch me next time.
You're not making the best case for yourself.
I could lie, if you prefer.
Your family only has itself to blame for its troubles.
The house served Ferelden for 12 generations. My ancestors served under King Calenhad, and now it's all lost. So go ahead and do what you're going to do.
Perhaps you should work to redeem your name.
You're right. I'll go join Queen Honora's service immediately. She'll certainly want another Howe around.
I've decided what to do with you.
Already? Good.
I brought the seneschal for you, Commander.
I see you've spoken to our guest. Quite the handful, isn't he? Have you decided what's to be done with him?
Did you know that this was Nathaniel Howe?
A Howe? It figures that they would turn up again. The Howes are implacable enemies, Commander.
I wish to invoke the right of conscription.
You what?
I'm sorry, Commander. The right of conscription? On the prisoner?
No, absolutely not. Hang me first.
I love the way he says that. Hang me first, then conscript me. Wait. As if we could do so after we hang him. I just find that really amusing. You don't think that this is better than dying?
Hard to say. You like having Grey Wardens who want you dead?
Well, some of my best friends have wanted me dead.
I can't decide if this is a vote of confidence or punishment.
An interesting decision, Commander. Come with me, sir. We'll see if you survive the joining. From this moment forth, Nathaniel Howe, you are a Grey Warden.
The moment of truth.
The Howe is stronger than I expected. For better or for worse, he will live.
I'd like to think this is the beginning of a long friendship between both our Cousland Warden here and Nathaniel Howe. A nice way for, say, the sons of the two men who ended up having bitter relations, now becoming good friends. You know, it may not have been Rendon Howe and our father, not the best relationship, but their sons end up having this brotherly camaraderie with each other. I like that. So, he's over here now. Hey, Nathaniel. Now, as far as gear for him, I was actually picking up a couple of these other ones here. There's this one here, and then there's this one. The Bear's Embrace. The Trickster's Tunic. Then there's, of course, the Battle Dress of the Provocateur. Give him a full set of gear there. And he is an archer, so we, of course, can give him either the Antiban Longbow, the Fox's Bow, or this special promotion bow. I think that's from the... is that from doing the Ludliana's thing? Or is it this one here, the Sorrows? Let's give him this one instead, actually. Yeah. It actually does. It does better damage and such. So it's actually like tier 9 ancestral heartwood. So let's also give him some arrows. Let's see, what else can we give him? Maybe one of these right there. Okay. Huh. Maybe I'll go ahead and give this to Anders. Improves blood magic. Maybe I'll stash that way instead. So, anyways. Alright. Now we have a full party once again, and when we return, we're going to go around and kind of pick up some quests here in the keep and start working on improving the keep, you know, just figuring out what's going on in terms of how the keep is doing, as well as the area and the city of Amaranthine, and see if we have to talk to any nobles and such. So stay tuned.